What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video and an update on the GC project with the boy Mike here. We're doing big things. What are we doing right now? We're putting the engine back in?
We're putting it back in.
Okay, and we're doing that why? For testing purposes.
On Tuesday,
oh god,
our adapter plate is going to show up.
News to me.
I didn't tell you this?
No.
Oh, yeah.
This is great.
So, okay. We'll go over this a little bit.
Perfect.
I decided I was going to make an adapter plate.
Okay.
Okay. As you can see, we've got our JZ bolt pattern here.
Love that. Love that.
The black line indicates the JZ bell housing shape. The green line is the BMW transmission shape.
And just so everyone knows what's going on, that's an all-wheel drive version. Correct. BMW from like a 330 XI?
335 XI.
335 XI.
Yeah, E90, 392. BMW is confusing.
It's impressive. It is impressive.
And then there's the transfer case that's going to be used.
And that obviously came with that.
No,
it didn't.
Actually didn't come with that.
This came with what?
I scrounged that out of a junkyard.
That is impressive.
So the one that came with it.
Oh.
So the reason we're not using this one, even though it's super cool, and maybe down the line I will be able to use it.
Is this the electronic one?
Correct. So we've got this big servo motor on here.
Yes.
And what that does is it actually moves a set of forks inside the transfer case, so they kind of slide past each other. And there's a clutch pack in here, kind of like in your car, with more plates.
Yeah.
You know, not just 2 or 3. Yeah. There's probably 6 or 7 all stacked up, and that motor can vary the amount of pressure on those plates, so it can essentially transfer the car from rear wheel drive to 50-50 front and rear.
Like the DCCD in a Subaru.
Pretty much
as what's going on.
Very similar.
A similar idea.
But they call it X-Drive, and it's shitty because it's all electronic.
Garbage.
Yeah, so maybe down the line, that's what we're going to shoot for. I actually reached out to a couple of companies to try and get some wiring diagrams for this.
Yeah. So
far, no luck.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I'm not going to say it's out of the question just yet.
Perfect.
But for the time being, that's just going to sit in the corner and collect dust.
And do we talk about the golden goose here? Fantastic. Is this one of one or no?
Oh yeah.
This is. We could say that. One of one.
Well, only one made by Marsh.
Marsh Composites.
Yes.
So, what Mike decided to do here, because his car already didn't have a roof on it, right?
Yes.
So, it didn't have a roof. And do we have a name? Who owns Marsh Composites? We should give him a shout out.
Joel Marsh.
Joel?
Marsh.
Joel Marsh, we appreciate you. And we got a one-of-one carbon fiber roof for the GC. Looks freaking sick. Not just a normal carbon. What do you call this? A hex carbon?
Yeah, it's the
honeycomb. It's freaking sick. So, and then you still need to clear it, right?
Yes, it's not clear coated.
Yeah.
So I'm going to clear coat it with a pearl clear and then another normal clear over that. So it should give this really cool pearlescent effect. So in some lights it'll look like carbon, and in other lights it'll look like shiny ass blue carbon.
That is impressive.
But I don't know. Can't really capture weight on a video.
No, you can.
Just kidding.
Do you know how much it weighs actually?
7 pounds.
The whole roof weighs 7 pounds. Do you know how much like a stock one will weigh? I mean, at least.
I think it's 20 pounds or 21 pounds.
Jesus
but
Christ.
I mean, if we find a good balance spot here, maybe.
I mean, literally one finger can hold this freaking roof up. It's insane. And obviously, he's got like the full cage, so we ain't dying out here, so it's fine. Weight reduction, bro. So the other things that we're gonna do today is some more testing, because we finally got. There it goes. You're saying adapter plate comes in Tuesday.
Yes.
So now you just want to get the engine back in and
get ready for that. It's supposed to rain all week next week, so I figured might as well put the motor in before it starts raining. It'll have to sit there for a few days, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Other than that, I actually had to move my motor mounts a little bit.
Yeah, I had to notch them or something like that.
Yeah, I slotted them so I could move the motor back about 1/4 of an inch. That's also going to center me up in the subframe a little bit better.
So if you guys didn't know anything about this GC in particular, why the engine has to go so far back is he's actually trying to retain the all-wheel, not try. We're going to retain all-wheel drive, because anyone that's done a JZ swap, is there an all-wheel drive JZ? I mean, maybe one.
There's one now. And
what a piece
really
of shit.
Pissed.
We're pissed about it. I don't know who would. Well, we don't like you. All right. Do we like them?
No, we don't like
All right,
them.
good. We don't like you. Whoever Jay-Z all-wheel drive swapped their Subaru. But it's fine, because this is better.
Let's hope so.
No, it's going to be great.
That's about all we can count on. So.
Oh, I lost my train of thought. Why the engine's so far back is because it's going to be all-wheel drive. We wouldn't have to go so far back if it was going to be rear-wheel drive, but now that's why there's a big hole in this guy. So we can actually fit everything
That
because...
hole's actually going to get bigger.
Yeah.
I might just cut the whole thing out and start
I mean, yeah, it's fine. It's going to be great because, you know, we need to make room for transfer case and also axles. That's why it's so far back.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing is just thinking about it. If the WRX normally has the axles coming out of the front of the transmission,
yeah,
you have to think about how far forward those really need to be to line up with
the wheels.
Correct.
Yeah.
And where this is, we're halfway through the motor.
Yeah.
So to get that same location, we had to just stick it through the firewall.
Yep.
So
it's fine. Who doesn't want an engine in their car? You know.
I know.
It's perfect.
It's way better to Flintstone it.
Okay, let's get this thing in there.
Yeah, I think that's where we're at.
Excellent. Better view.
Well, what's not too bad, right?
No, that was compared to putting in a Subaru engine, right? With everything in there. But better view is the perfect view, actually, of why the engine goes so far back. Because transfer case up here for the all-wheel drive system, axle going that way, axle going that way. So clearly had to be pushed back pretty far. So we got the engine in, ready to go. So now pretty much what we're waiting for is, like we said, the adapter plate on Tuesday. And then we start mocking some stuff up. So once the adapter plate goes on, then you try to bolt up the trans and see where we're at. So what kind of space we got going?
Yeah, that's kind of the.
It's kind of the plan. And then, so I think the next thing we can talk about is, I guess the end. Let's say end goal for the car. Do you have an end goal?
End goal is to make it run.
Okay, I don't like the terminology end goal because I feel like a build's never done. But what is kind of like your vision for it, I guess? I think that's kind of more what I'm saying.
Honestly, I like the idea of just building something that's kind of fun. I really have more fun building cars than I have driving them. I mean, we all know that I never drive them. So really it's just to build it just for the challenges to see what happens. I did a little bit of research as far as racing it in Time Attack. I kind of might have hosed myself a little bit. So it turns out the only class I can run it in is the Unlimited class because of the modified firewall and the modified floor. I mean, there's other things, but that's pretty much where they draw the line. Is if you cut the firewall out, you kind of
it's too far.
Yep.
Huh.
Exits all the rules. So that makes it a little more challenging because obviously the guys running the Unlimited class are making tons and tons of horsepower. They've got lots of money
with freaking wings on the hood somehow, just freaking all the aero.
Actually, that's a good point. I am now working with a company out of Santa Cruz called Kaze Spec Engineering. Yeah. Really nice guy. He makes a lot of Miata parts, but he's making universal aero as well. He's making a big wing. Makes splitters, all kinds of cool things like that. He knows a lot about aerodynamics. He's actually one of the guys who went as far as to doing the CFD testing. That's computational flow something.
Interesting.
Dynamics. Yeah,
sounds smart.
Using a computer to determine how your aerodynamics are going to work with,
like how efficient they are.
Yeah, just how it functions.
How it works. Okay.
So I'm really excited about that. So it's going to be a carbon wing. The guy that made my roof is actually the one doing the carbon work for his wings.
Oh.
So I have talked between the two of them, and I will be able to get a matching honeycomb carbon wing. So this is the start of it. We're going to have another matching piece to make this a box. I designed all of this stuff on SolidWorks, and this is going to be the threaded thing that gets welded to the underside of this. This guy obviously matches on top of that. It'll take the fuel level sender, the electronics will go here. We got our feed, return, vent, all that stuff. So I went as far as to even designing all of those parts, and I just told myself I'm going to do as much as I possibly can. So
That is freaking gnarly.
I have a good friend who 3D printed those for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's pretty impressive. I was like, wow, I didn't know you did that. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like we got a good gist of what's going on. You know, got a good gist. It's gonna be as cool as possible.
Right.
You know, as cool and unique as possible. So I think like the journey behind this build is just gonna be absolutely insane. Obviously, it's going to take years for it to get. It's gonna be done tomorrow if you really want it to be. But yeah, I feel like it's really cool just like taking time to do it, you know, staying patient, and obviously just like knowing at some point it's gonna be fantastic, you know?
Like you said, it's gonna be a few years.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go a little bit at a time. I do think once I have this adapter plate and we get the transmission in, that's kind of what my holdup has been.
Yeah.
Because that's what's prevented me from putting the floor back in. Putting the floor back in is what's prevented me from building the transmission tunnel. Once the tunnel's built, then I can just sheet over the whole thing, and then basically after that, the interior will be ready for paint. And once the interior is painted, all we've got to do is the engine bay end of things, and then we'll be able to paint the exterior of the car. And I think it'll start to pick up a little bit of speed at that point. But this is where
this is the hard stuff. This is the hard stuff. This is like the most R&D, like the most technical stuff that obviously you can't just like look up somewhere because it's only been done one time, maybe, from someone, you know?
Yep. But once it starts to go together, then we will be in a really good spot to actually make this build happen.
Be freaking sweet. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited to see the journey of this car too. We're freaking stoked on it. I think that's pretty much going to be it unless we have anything else to add. I think we got a good amount of info going on.
I have a bench. Do you want a bench?
I don't want a bench. I think that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, make sure you ask them, and we'll try to answer them in the next video of this car. As always, hope you guys enjoyed. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.